Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be going over 8 habits that will make you a better man. So I recently did a video about 7 habits that are making men weak and unattractive, and you guys really liked that video, so I thought it would be helpful to do a more positive video and tell you guys some good habits that you should be doing that are going to make you a better man, benefit your life, make you better all around. So let's get into it. Number 1 is to develop a routine. We're talking about, habits that are going to make you a good man. A routine is something that I think many people underestimate. Having a routine helps you stay productive. It helps you stay on the right track. It helps you create healthy habits for yourself because you're doing things in a routine way. This can help many different areas of your life, your overall happiness, your success, your romantic relationships, all of it. And I'm not saying every single day needs to be a copy and paste version of the last one. Things are going to vary a little bit. Things are going to be different day to day, week to week, depending on what your schedule is like or what your life is like. But really getting into a routine in some way, whether this be waking up to go for a run, waking up to go to the gym, waking up to, read 10 pages of a book before you get your day started and enjoy your coffee. Whatever this looks like for you, it's going to be different for everyone. But really just getting yourself into a routine, specifically I think a morning routine really helps you just kind of set the tone and set the stage for the rest of your day. I know for me personally, when I have a morning routine and just a routine in general, I'm far more productive for the rest of the day and the week. When I really, stick to something, I'm consistent with it. I wake up, I work out, I do that every day, and it just really helps me, focus on the rest of the things I need to get done for the rest of the day. And since I've already finished my workout, I'm in a great headspace. I feel happy, I feel confident, I feel productive, and it's just what works for me. So your routine might be different, but find what works for you. You really want to turn your healthy habits into a ritual, and taking a multivitamin is a part of my everyday morning routine. This video is sponsored by Ritual. Did you know that over 70% don't get enough vitamin E and over 97% don't get enough vitamin D from their diet alone? Some nutrients are just hard to get from food alone. Essential for Men is the scientifically developed multivitamin that helps fill nutrient gaps in men's diets. And I take the women's version every morning and I love it. Ritual has a team of industry-leading scientists and skeptics who were done with the BS, shady additives, synthetic fillers, even excess nutrients most of us don't actually need. Ritual shows you every labeled ingredient, supplier, and key studies that goes into the vegan-friendly multivitamin. Essential for Men is formulated with 10 key ingredients to help support men's health, including heart, brain, muscle, and immune support. Its formulation includes key, high-quality ingredients in bioavailable forms, all in a delayed-release capsule designed to be gentle on an empty stomach. You could label Ritual obsessive. Like all Ritual products, Essential for Men is soy-free, gluten-free, and formulated with non-GMO ingredients. This subscription service supports you, giving you the flexibility you want and the consistency you need. If for some crazy reason you don't love Ritual within the first 30 days, your first order is on them. If you're interested in checking out Ritual, you can use my code for 20% off of your first month. I'll put the link down in the description box for all of you. Number 2 is to exercise more. Working out is a natural antidepressant. I've said this many times and I'll say it again so that all of you start to listen to me. I got a personal trainer and it changed my life. I'm speaking from firsthand experience here. You guys, if you're not working out, you need to be doing it. It gets me out of the house, it pushes me to set good habits, stay consistent, and make a commitment to my health and my body. Overall, I'm so much happier, healthier, and confident, and I want all of you to feel that way too. You could work out, you could go to the gym, take a fitness class, go for a run, whatever your little heart desires, just make sure you're prioritizing moving your body, working out, and taking care of yourself. Like many habits, working out is one of those things that the hardest part is getting started, but once you get started, you'll never look back and you'll be so happy that you did. Number 3 is to cook your own meals. So I don't want you guys eating out every night of the week. We don't want to be stopping at McDonald's on the way home from work every day. I know it's convenient, I know it's easy, I know it's cheap, and I know secretly, guilty pleasure, it's delicious. But nutrition not only affects the way that you look on the outside, it also affects the way that you're functioning and feeling on the inside. Health is wealth. Start fueling your body with the nutrients that it actually needs instead of crap and junk food. Poor diet makes you depressed, it makes you sluggish and moody and sad and anxious. It really does affect the way that our brain functions and the way that we feel. Cooking at home, specifically healthy meals, is a great way to make sure you know exactly what's going into your body. Food that you eat out has so much extra sodium and calories and chemicals. We don't want any of that. It also saves you a ton of money by cooking at home too. And I'm not trying to be a party pooper and say you can never go out to eat, okay? I go out probably once a week, once every 2 weeks on the weekend for a nice meal. But during the week, I cook every single night. I cook every breakfast, every lunch, every dinner myself because I care about what's going into my body. I want to make sure I'm eating healthy, nutrient-dense foods that are going to fuel my body and make me feel and function my very best. And if you are not great at cooking or don't know how to cook, now's a great time to learn. So cooking at home leads me into my next point here, which is save your money. You don't necessarily need to be cheap and be counting every single penny that you spend, but be frugal. I recommend saving a percentage of every single paycheck that you get and just put it away. Pretend you didn't even get that money and just put it somewhere where you're not going to touch it. Even if you don't have a high salary, you can build your wealth tremendously by just saving when you can and investing. I am not an expert on investing, so I'm not going to give you guys any advice there. I really like to listen to Dave Ramsey. I know he's not for everyone. If you don't like him, that's totally fine. But he was really helpful for me when I was in debt and trying to figure out how to build my wealth, how to save my money, how I should be tackling my debt, and different things like that. I specifically remember listening to this one episode where there was a woman who worked at the post office her whole life. And by the time she retired, she was a millionaire because she was saving her money. So you don't have to have a high-paying salary or be making $1 million a year in order to be wealthy, in order to build your wealth and be successful in life, okay? It's really about knowing what to do with it. Again, I'm not an expert there. I've learned from other experts and it's been really helpful for me, but I don't feel necessarily equipped to give you guys advice on that. You can find great people and resources online to help out with this. I wish that investing and building your wealth is something that everyone was taught in school. Like that seems like a better thing to learn than the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, but what do I know? Number 5 is to prioritize sleep. You need 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. If I don't get 8 hours of sleep a night, I'm rather unpleasant to be around, to be totally transparent. I know this isn't always possible for people depending on your work schedule, kids, life in general. I know sometimes things get in the way and kind of interrupt your sleep a little bit, but do your best to prioritize it. Getting adequate sleep helps your brain function, it helps your mood, it helps your productivity. The list goes on here. Something that has really helped me prioritize my sleep is what I do before I fall asleep. So instead of laying in bed right before I'm about to go to sleep on my phone and scrolling, having that screen time, it keeps my mind like busy and active and like really awake because of the light. I like to read instead. I think this helps me get in a really great headspace before I fall asleep. It winds me down, it relaxes me, and it's just a great thing to do before bed. So if you're not currently doing this, read like 10 pages a night before you go to sleep instead of scrolling on your phone and see if it makes a difference for you. Number 6 is to plan your day and week. And again, this one goes hand in hand of having a routine of some sort. Going further here than just planning your day or your week, planning ahead in general helps you stay on the right track and reach your goals. It helps you see very clearly what you need to do to get to where you want to go. By planning ahead, you see what you need to do to start, you see what you need to do to get to where you want to go, you see what the end result's going to be. You can clearly map out your goals and what you want for yourself if you write it down or you just plan it in general. It's very different to say you want something, but then take no action or steps to get to what you want, right? If you want something, you got to work towards it. If you want something, you have to do what it takes to get there. So say you're trying to get really in shape or lose weight, it might be helpful for you to have a morning routine where you work out every morning and cook your meals at home and make a grocery list and a meal plan and really plan things out so that you aren't making last minute, spur of the moment decisions. It's not so spontaneous and you really plan out your life to make it easier for you. I think that is the main perk of planning. That's what I get the most out of planning and planning ahead. Planning is supposed to make your life easier so that you aren't making poor choices last minute or scrambling to get things done or running late or whatever it could be. There are so many different aspects of your life that go into and can flourish from planning them out. Try it. If you haven't done it, get a planner, write in your Google Calendar, use sticky notes, whatever you've got to do, but start to plan out your morning. Maybe you start by developing a great morning routine for yourself, and then you plan out the rest of your day, and then you go to plan out your week, and then you kind of start to plan ahead with other things in your life as well. Trust me, it will guaranteed help your success, I promise. Number 7 is to make time for your interests. Something many people underestimate is the way that you spend your downtime. So instead of spending all of your free time, scrolling on your phone, comparing your life to someone else's, or playing video games, escaping reality, spend your downtime either actually relaxing and giving your brain a break, or do something that you're really interested in. This will look different for all of you, but it could be learning something new. It could be acquiring a new skill. It could be a hobby or interest. It could be something with graphic design or art or photography or working out. It could really be anything, but finding things that genuinely interest you or that you're passionate about instead of just doing all these mindless tasks all the time. It's great if you're really into video games, that's great. But should you really be spending every second that you're not working playing video games? Probably not. That's not necessarily productive. You are totally allowed to enjoy entertainment, watch a movie, watch Netflix for a little bit, play video games for a few hours, but to spend all of your free time doing the same thing, and never really finding other things that you're interested in, or again, just doing these very mindless escapism activities, I don't really think benefits you or your success, your trajectory long term. And I think it's important to think that way the older we get. And maybe you're someone who doesn't even know what your hobbies are or what your interests are because you're always doing these very mundane, mindless tasks. I know so many people who don't know what their hobbies or interests are. They don't like anything. They don't do anything. They don't go anywhere because they get home from work, they sit on the couch, and they scroll on their phone for the rest of the night. And I think this is something that's very common with our society, as we have smartphones and everything at our fingertips available to us 24/7. The same could be said about video games or watching The Real Housewives of New York for the rest of the day. Like, anything that you're doing in excess is normally never a good thing. And I think it's important to really think about how your habits, your daily habits, are affecting you short term and long term. So make time for your interests and your hobbies and spend time doing things that you genuinely love and are interested in and are passionate about outside from work and just these escapism, mindless activities. And number 8 is giving back. I really believe that one of the most fulfilling things that you can do is serve others and give back in some way. There are so many different ways that you can do this. This is not going to look the same for everyone. I think there are so many different ways that you can give back in ways that are priceless. You could volunteer at an animal shelter or a food drive. Donate clothes that you don't need anymore instead of throwing them away. Be a mentor to someone in your area of expertise. It could even be as simple as holding the door open for someone or paying for the person's coffee behind you in line. Replying to someone down in my comment section and being kind or helping them out or giving your advice. In a culture and society that is so focused on me, it feels so freaking good to give back to other people and to help other people out too. This is going to look different for all of you. We don't all have the same means. Not all of this is feasible to everyone, but really find something that works for you and your life. And this is not something you have to do necessarily every single day, but I think to be mindful of caring for others and serving others and giving back in some way really helps you stay grounded with your own life too. So find what works for you. There's no one size fits all. Not everybody has the means to be paying for the person in line behind them all the time. I'm not saying you need to be giving money, but really just being kind and being willing to help people and give your time to people. Giving back is a great way to connect with people too. And I think as humans, we're meant to do that. It's also a really great way to remember what really matters in life, to be appreciative and thankful and humble. And again, I really just don't think you can put a price tag on giving back and helping others and being kind. So guys, that is all I have for 8 habits that will make you a better man. Let me know what you think down below. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. What are some habits you do that you think make you, a better man in general? What do you think our society could use a little bit more of? Please share your thoughts and stories down in the comments below. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. I do a lot of Q&As over on my stories. I normally try to do a weekly Q&A. So if you guys have specific questions for me, that's a really great way to do it. I know I can't always reply to every single DM. I do my best, but sometimes, the comment sections are 500, 1,000 comments, and I just can't get back to everyone. So that's a great way to reach out to me if you have a specific question. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.